could ask them to give you another free trial. I could. The other possibility is I could have you use a free trial, for instance, like with Kathy, using Kathy's ID, and or something of that sort. I could sign her up with a password that wouldn't be the normal password, and you could just sign in as Kathy, and have 30 days. And in that 30 days, you're welcome to download anything that truly tickles your fancy with the God's blessing. But the real thing is to spend as much time listening in the wee hours of the morning and the wee hours of the night, but be productive during the day. And then as you're doing things, see how much of the verbiage and all you're picking up. And see how much, once you master that verbiage, that is not you, but it is verbiage that works. And then how can you customize it to you, like I just did with, well, because I'm more of a writer and a philosopher, that is not conducive to 9-to-5 jobs.
Right.
But I did finally find a vehicle. I'm more than thrilled because I have a new baby. I'm able to take care of the health of the baby, my wife, and myself, and build a nice stream of income on the side while I focus on writing and philosophy. And let it lie. It's the letting it lie that is so really hard. But the other thing you will learn is when you then say something like that, and if you see them a little puzzled, don't worry about it. Have a question ready that brings it back to them. So you can say, how do you do with a 9-to-5 job? You know, they said, blah, 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 and but that gives me a nice side stream. How do you do with a 9-to-5 job? Most people are pretty okay with it. And then you ask the question and see if he wants to talk about his 9-to-5 job. What type of job do you have? Or do you own your own business? I love asking people, do you own your own business? Because everyone thinks they want to, and they really do, but most don't. But it kind of needles them a little. Or do you own your own business? You look pretty successful.
Well, I tell you, I look pretty successful with that Dodge Avenger.
Yeah. But, but you can even be, but you sound pretty successful.
I think the challenge is I have to learn how to sound successful as often as possible.
You sound professional. That's not the big deal. But you've got to get some basic clothes that don't look cheap or whatever, or junky. It would be better to be in a collared, just a collared shirt and jeans, like a collared golf shirt and jeans, than it is trying to look good in a cheap suit. Really mean that. Because you're out and about. You're a writer and a philosopher. You're not expected to be in a suit. It's like a chiropractor. If he's in shape, would be in more of a t-shirt and dress up pants or jeans. And because they put a white smock over that if they need it in the office, but otherwise they're going to be in a comfortable, outfit that they can do adjustments in. So, in Amway, I sponsored people while working under my car on the street. Dirty and gross. It's just, they were just wondering what I was doing. How come I was able to work on my car in the middle of the week, in the afternoon? It's a pretty good job. So, it isn't, you have to learn to be more successful. You've got to learn to be more comfortable just being who you are. And that's not making excuses that bad behavior is just who you are. No, it's not. Bad behavior is because you haven't disciplined yourself and learned better. There are many things I'd like to say. Too many things I do say that get me in trouble. But you have to learn to not say them. You think them.
Is it? Yeah. If I'm going to make huge money, I got to hold my tongue for a long time. Yeah.
Now, the other is, do you journal on a daily basis? Do you journal your thoughts on a daily basis?
No.
Okay.
Is it okay to type them up on the computer? Because Kevin says not to do that. Is it okay if I type them?
No. You absolutely can.
Okay.
You absolutely can. Now, is it better tactile typewriter
Sure.
with paper? Yes. But it is absolutely okay to type them into a computer, and it may not be as good, but I don't care. You type your fonts, and at least one page single-spaced at the end of each day. In other words, what happened, when you think about what happened, stream of consciousness, let it rip. Now, if you can do 2 or 3 pages, go ahead, do 2 or 3 pages. But the most important is you never let a day go by that you don't do it. You'll get so sick of your own writing, you'll improve it. You'll get so sick of your sameness of your fonts, you'll change them. You'll improve them. Again, you're your best critic and most harsh critic. So every day, I learned this in a book called This Way Out. Changed my life. And of course I became a much better typist. But that's what I would do in your case, because you must learn to write, and you must learn to discipline your fonts, because that is where you have the greatest potential. You have the most potential to be a cult leader than anyone I've ever met.
Well, my goal is not to be a cult leader, Fred.
And I pray you never do.
That's not my goal.
Because I know it's not your goal. I'm just saying, but your aptitude, your pathology, you have all the attributes of a psychopath. Yes, but you're not really a psychopath. That's why that's not your goal.
That's why I said, it's more of a sociopath. I guess we have a different understanding of that. And I don't want to be narcissistic by any stretch of the word.
Do you think Obama wants to be narcissistic? No, but he's an extreme narcissist.
True.
The guy could pass a lie detector test. The day after, he changed his mind on something he said yesterday, and he still passed today. On the new thing, he believes it's the opposite of yesterday, because he totally believes anything out of his mouth is God. He really could. I mean, I'm not joking.
I believe it.
Lie detector test. And he was nurtured for this job in a test tube. And any obstacles in his way were eliminated either by murder or a gun to the head. And if they were wise enough to withdraw, as his Republican opponent up in Illinois withdrew with a 2-1 lead for personal reasons. Yeah, he was going to be killed and his family wiped out if he didn't withdraw, something like that. It's not hard in politics. Well, you have the right backing. So this was all engineered. And so, but back to you. So you want to write every day. And then eventually you're going to start being pleased with your writing, and then you're going to go back and you're going to find the nuggets in those pages of writing. And you're going to, cut and paste those nuggets. And you're eventually going to have a book. Hopefully no one will ever read.
Hopefully.
But nevertheless, it will be your first book, yeah. And then, once you get that printed, so to speak, you'll be horrified at how awful it is. You'll improve it.
Well, my first book, which is in my videos, I look at that and I'm like, there needs to be a lot of improvement here. I didn't even publish that thing.
Yeah, but that's my point. My first book, which I'm so proud of, getting the information out, it's excruciating to hand it to someone, because when I read it, my updated version is so much better. And the version I want to have now, the update of the update, is truly going to be much better than the update. But the free download on highenergyhealing.com is so much better than my hard copy. So it doesn't matter, but get something. It's something written, something in print. It is the credibility. And you can, for $100, get 5 printed, try it. And then now you're a published author. So, I did $2,500 my first publication. Over the $5,000. No, it was $5,000. The price difference was significant enough because I didn't know about self-publishing yet. Hold on. I'm trying to wrap this up.
Well, I do have one question for you, Fred, if you don't mind me asking.
Yes.
So back in 2012, Abe Hussein gave me levels 1 through 5. I got unplugged and all that kind of stuff, and did some really crazy stuff. The marriage ended, and I got that Asian lady I was dream building for 2 years. Because you said there's some damage that was done to Kevin or you through some of the...
What was that Asian lady you were dream building?
I was dream building about Josepha for 2 years while I was married to Bethany.
You're dream building. Okay, you mean you knew Josepha, or?
No, I did not know her. I was telling the universe.
It was being built up in your mind.
Yeah, I want a hot lady that's an Asian. You know, that's better. And I want a vibrational match. Sometimes that's not always a good thing. So the question I have for you is that, so there was some damage done to you and to Kevin that was pretty bad, apparently. What was that? Because
but it's past. I only am interested in, when something's done.
Well, I don't want to repeat the past.
What are you going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again? What lesson was learned in what private conversations you've ever revealed? Because you commit the crime of betrayal and trust, which is very hard to rebuild. The damage done was Kevin thought I said those things in an open type forum. And, of course, I didn't. Now I have, by accident, even just because of technology, I've had answered people that I thought it was a private, like in a private chat, and it turned out it was in a public forum, and oh my God, that's really, there's some things that, if I'm going to be just candid with you, I'll tell you so that you know. But then when you post it, you got people out there that they have no foundation, no grounding. They just see that sentence, whatever it is, and bingo, off the wall. And then to have all the shit that was happening, and to have Leonard, creating his mess, and Abe Hussein, 100% in it for Abe Hussein, such a criminal. I mean,
that's why I stood up to them.
Totally defrauded the entire Jim right from the beginning. It was his whole intent was to defraud Jim.
He ruined my reputation all over his website.
And then, his 5 minutes of fame, is willing to destroy Jim. And, of course, with Leonard's brilliant. I mean,
absolutely.
There's no question. Leonard's brilliant. He's a total fraud, but he's brilliant. And he could manipulate Abe. He found an ally in Abe that you could pay good money for.
Oh, Dr. Caldwell, I still respect him, still revere him, and it's obvious, that there's more to...
You're talking to someone else, you're talking to me.
I'm talking to you. I'm saying, no, it's obvious
You're mumbling something, your phone is not near your mouth.
What I was trying to say, well, my wife was breastfeeding, sorry. I'm trying to get the phone away from where it's at so it doesn't make the noise.
You were breastfeeding?
No, the wife.
On your wife's breast?
No! No, I love Dr. C, but I don't appreciate... I mean, he could see further than a lot of people, and it's unfortunate what has happened, and I'm glad Abe's, there's no way he's going to succeed in what he thinks he's going to do. And
He's going to succeed. He never intended to succeed in anything. He is the ultimate con artist. He cons cons. He is so smart, but rather than constructively, he doesn't have any of the degrees he says he has. None. You can't get doctorates without writing a thesis. He doesn't have a single thesis, not one. He has an honorary doctorate based on his phony doctorates, based on people that vouch for him, and he has one honorary doctorate, which unfortunately allows him technically to call himself a doctor now, a doctor of theology. But the man is a total fraud. He's never cured anyone of cancer. He's never cured anyone of anything. He has regurgitated what he has read, which I started understanding as I would listen to what he would tell people to do, overwhelming them with all kinds of shit. And I'm thinking, this was the stuff we were doing 20 and 30 years ago. What is he talking about? And there are a lot of people who are dead, for everyone that may have survived, all because of Kevin's total picture. There are many people dead because they listened to Leonard instead of people that knew what they were doing.
And I have...
He says it was such brouhaha that he must know what he's doing. My gosh, and with that accent, how could you possibly think anyone like that wasn't super intelligent? He's a total fraud, not a partial fraud. Total fraud.
Total.
And his opinion of women is absolutely disgusting. Consistently and absolutely disgusting. And it is all about manipulation of people, and he is far more of a narcissist than you would ever dream of being.
Well, hopefully I'll be less of
that.
I'm not trying to be. Not trying.
No, I know you're not trying to be. But I'm just saying I regret taking almost a year and a half of the 3 years that I knew Leonard. It took a year and a half to realize that he was a fraud, and I just didn't know how much of a fraud. And the only reason he turned on Kevin is because Kevin turned off, the freebies
Right.
to everyone, including Leonard. I thought he was special. And so he killed the goose that laid the golden egg.
He destroyed his own success in gym. I saw it all happen.
Yes. He kept saying he made Kevin, and there was absolutely zero truth to it.
Yeah, it's not.
Kevin totally made. Who was Leonard? No one knew Leonard. In fact, the only people who knew Leonard were the German police.
Obviously.
Yeah.
I guess he's just wanting. You want to stay on the dark side, by all means. But when I read Kevin's book for the first time, he said, "This is over for me. I can't be part of this anymore."
When you read Kevin's what book?
The More Natural Cures Revealed, when he said, "I've repented. I've changed my ways. I was on the dark side doing evil." He said that, and it's clear from Kevin's own experiences that it's not worth the consequences of what it does to other people, what it does to yourself to follow that path.
Right. Yep.
All right, Fred. Well, I greatly appreciate you calling, and hopefully I'll be able to take something from what you've said here and use it and utilize it. Because, like I said, I want her to feel safe and secure with the baby, and because she's had some upset in the past with her child being taken from her by CPS for something she wasn't even guilty of. So when I bring them into the picture again, it's been challenging, but I've been able to help her realize, no, not in Minnesota. We don't have unjust abductions going on here in Pope County. So
Right. And the other is just be nice. When bad things are happening, be nice. Remember, they're trying to do the right thing for your child. So they're the good guys.
yeah,
You're not happy, and they may be wrong, but they're doing it for the right reasons on the lower level. So be nice. They want to know you're nice and you're stable and non-attacking and just appreciative, but also don't overwhelm them with too many words, etc., or they'll think you're not sincere because they don't understand intelligence. And you have to understand you're highly intelligent, so you've got to think twice as long as you speak. And it's a very hard lesson to learn. Lord, how can I dumb this down to sound sincere and get my message across and not just overwhelm them with smarty-pants bullshit?
you speak truth.
Anyway, by the way, Adam's Harvard, he's still ready to go with this. He'll eventually take off, I believe, with longevity. Now, I may have to get out there and work with him personally. I will at some point here. And is Adam the one that's up there by San Francisco? Or is he the one that's down there in the LA area?
I believe he's the one down in the LA area. I could be mistaken, but
Okay, we gotta get him to the annual convention. And if nothing else, I'm going to be there from Wednesday through Monday. So first of all, Sunday and Monday, I'm there with nothing really to do. I got my room, everything paid for. I'm paying for it, but I got it all paid for. And the best flight, cost hundreds of dollars less was Monday rather than Sunday. So, there's time I can spend with him and for him. He puts people in front of me and he can grow and make money. But, you've already proven you can enroll people. So now just be consistent. And what you did and how you do it was absolutely right. You just needed to do more of it. You edified me. Every time you say absolutely wonderful things about me. And when you're not thinking good things about me, lock yourself in a closet and stay there.
okay.
Think good things.
I hope you'll understand that I have to withdraw myself from my downline currently. I'm staying out of contact with them because I have a lot to change in myself before I can deal with them.
Yeah, who are you staying on with Congress?
With Thomas, with Juan, with Adam, because when I see them making excuses for their inactivity, I just blow up, and I don't want to put them through that.
Whoa. First of all, come on, you're a smart guy. You know why you're blowing up? Who's seen more people procrastinate, quit, not do what they say? Who's seen more people? You and me.
Yeah. because you're more patient.
No. I have as little patience as I've ever had. I've just learned to manage my impatience.
Well, you have more money, too. That helps. You know.
No.
Well.
No. Stop it. Money follows. Money doesn't proceed. How many rich people do you want me to tell you about that never followed through, never did anything, blah, blah, blah? It is never the money.
I know that.
Repeat that statement. Well, then don't say you know that and then say, well, you have money, it's easier for you. It's never about the money. Because no matter how much money you have, you can keep it working. Yes, I spend a lot. The majority of my money goes on airfare, hotels, to travel and help people at other distances that other people couldn't do. But yes, because I have the money, I do. But that's where I spend almost all my money. Now, it's laying the groundwork that continues the money stream after the fact. But you don't make the money and immediately spend it. You reinvest it. Now, if you need the money, then you got to spend it. But that's truly kind of your seed money. But right now, just using the products is the seed money because that is what keeps you excited. You know they work. And ultimately, it's, I once was broken, now I'm whole. Here's how I did it. Wow. And every now and then you get a person who goes, really? I wonder if it'll work for me. I don't know why not. And then don't tell them about the business or anything. Just see what they say after that. I don't see why not. And then what do I have to do? Well, here's what I did. Or here's the right way to do it. And you let them. And if you can't afford to do it right, and I sure hope you can, because this will give you such incredible results. You could just get this with a $152 pack, and gives you everything you need, but you don't get this. You don't need stress tendon. You don't get refrigerated. You don't get enough for two people. You just yourself. But hey, it's all there. Isn't that incredible?
It's incredible.
I'm saying isn't that incredible? That's what you say to that.
Well, and but see, you're selling me, and I'm listening to you talking about how I should sell somebody else, but you've already sold me again. Because when you first showed me this product, Fred, there was no doubt in my mind that I should do this.
Right, and that statement, you see, at the end of the day, if you're blogging, those kinds of thoughts get down on paper, and as you reread them, see, that's something I should incorporate, and you become a verbal jazz musician. The jazz musician is someone who practices all day long. Licks, we call them. And so that a certain sound, you get it so you have a finger memory, a tactile memory. And when you think it, the fingers automatically do it. And you get faster and faster at it. And then you keep learning new licks. And then someone plays something, you say, that's really cool. Can you show me that? And you practice it all until it's there in your fingers. Now, when you go and play, you're not thinking about licks. You're just hearing, listening, interacting with other musicians. And when you hear something, your fingers play it. That's what a jazz musician is. Well, you as a writer and a philosopher, you have got to continually write and then take those snippets, and then you've got to practice them. Now, you know about Joel Bauer.
Yes.
Joel Bauer allowed me to see him practicing and rehearsing the phrases that he uses, that flow out of him as if they are spontaneously popping out of his head. And he laboriously repeats them with inflections, etc. at 2 a.m. constantly. On the same presentations that he's already done dozens of times, but it's just tweaking. The man is a machine that practices it as if it were effortlessly tossed to you in a softball fashion, so you couldn't miss catching it. And he puts himself through hell and back to do that. I had a musician, conductor, singer, that good friend of mine, just a few years older, when I was in my low 20s, and Sean Deibler, I remember, he could play the piano and just be the life of the party and play the piano, and he could sing, and it was just amazing. And then I happened to be looking for him and found him, hiding literally in a practice room, going over a new piece that he was going to have to play and teach the chorus. And it was painful watching him learn the piano parts because he wasn't a pianist. But he just practiced over and over, slow, getting faster and faster, until when he actually did do it, it was like, oh, this was easy for him. And he wanted you to feel that way. But painful practice. Your craft is writing. Learn to write. Then when you speak, because you speak very well, then when you speak, you'll have something to say, but you'll be saying it in the snippets that you rehearsed, that you know are the scalpels that precisely insert into that person's mind what you want, and you're not confusing them with 6 other snippets that just baffle them, and they lose the one that was so important. So your key to learn a lot faster than I did is to learn your own snippets that either you said or David Barb said or Fred says, and then you grab that, you write it out. Quickly write it down or type it in. And then you master it, and it becomes part of your repertoire. It's entirely okay to say no. If it's not a good fit, I just need to know you're comfortable with saying no to me. How I say that, the inflections that you're hearing right now, the comforting, the soothing tones, etc. That's really how I feel. But getting it so that how I feel comes through the speech pattern is practiced and practiced and practiced. Because you want to help that person. It's not about you. It's not about you looking good. I don't give a shit whether someone likes me. I give a shit whether they succeed. There are plenty of people out there that can make you feel good. The mortars make people feel good. But they don't make any money learning the mortar march. They just pay $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 on their credit card so they can go to another good old boys club. That's great. I want people to make money providing service that's of greater value than the money that they receive. That's all I ask. All I ask of people. Don't defraud people. Give more than you're being paid for, but you deserve to be paid, and you got to learn that you deserve to be paid. Not something you get to demand, it's just something you've got to know you deserve. Let people buy what you have that they need. Your job is to help them know that they need it, and that this solves. Actually, the better way to put it is, I don't sell anything, and you know that, don't you?
Yeah.
I provide solutions. I do sell solutions. But I don't sell products. Not at all. If someone wants to know what products are in the solutions that I would recommend, I'll tell them. But even when I say $4.99, you want the Harmony Health CEO Mega Pack. It has everything you need to deal with what you're dealing with. You just add, of course, now it contains the selenium too, but maybe you just add like glucogel because you have the bone on bone. You got so much pain there. But other than that, that's the solution. They buy the solution for $4.99. They're not buying tangy tangerine. They're not buying osteoarthritis. Oh, God. Every time I have to go through it, I just want to puke. It's on HarmonyHealthPack.com, or you can download the sheet of paper, or here, take the CD, tell you everything you need to know. But Harmony Health Pack is your solution. Take out your credit card, I'll lighten it by about $540 shipping, and maybe a little more with tax if you're state taxes, but that's what you need to get it done right. And then next month, it'll be about $152, where can you maximize your health for $100? I mean, I can't say one without the other coming right out, because that's the phraseology. Where else can you maximize your health for $152? You do not take other supplements. Why? Why would you spend the extra money? You don't need to. They just interfere at this point. Well, I've been stuff I like. Great. Put it to the side for 21 days. And in 21 days, let's reevaluate. But for 21 days, let your body show you what it can do for you when you give it a full toolbox every day. And I think you'll be more than amazed. I'll save you thousands of dollars and years of frustration. These are phrases that came out of my mouth by accident, and my ears heard it and said, damn, that's good. It's exactly what I've been trying to say. And I hung on to it. I I wrote it down, and I practiced it. You're smarter than I am. So, Jonathan, start doing it now. And you won't have to wait till you're 63.
I don't want to
start
wait.
really enjoying these things, right?
It's been long enough already that I haven't been productive.
Exactly. But winners never feel like they're truly productive. You understand?
Yes.
Winners never feel like they're doing enough. Learn to accept that. You'll feel like you're crawling when everyone else is going, ooh, ah. Just don't buy into their enthusiasm. Don't buy into your own PR. Keep your vision straight, where you want to go, who you want to help, how you want to help them, and keep doing your best to improve your ability to deliver your goods that are of greater benefit than what you are charging to provide those goods. So I like longevity. I don't have to think about the money. I just have to deliver the goods. And I have to persuade, not convince, persuade people that this is the better solution than anything they've been using, which hasn't worked. Persuade them to get the solution. They lighten their credit card. Longevity takes it from there. They send me money, they send other people money, and they send the product. Oh my God, could it get any better? And most importantly for me, as you know, the Harmony Health CEO Mega Pack is a better pack than my Bulldozer pack was, which is cool, unless there's cancer or severe, like jaw infection, severe life-threatening infection, then you add, literally for 21 days, at the most, 10 to 21 days, you add Bionic Count Plus. That's it. Such a simple system.
I'm going to have to write all this down.
You think maybe?
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay if you still have the ability to record a conversation. I don't mind you recording. I would like you to say, Fred, do you mind if I record this? And I'll say, fine, as long as it's just for you. If I ever find out that you've played it for someone else without my permission ahead of time, you'll never get to record anything knowingly again.
Well, can I have your permission to give this information out to people? Because it's life-changing.
No, you can give the information out to people once you learn it, but you cannot, absolutely, that's the whole point of recording is to learn it. But you cannot give my recordings, which are said to you based on our relationship and all the other conversations before and are said in context to what we're talking about. But when they hear a sentence or a paragraph out of context that you think is perfectly appropriate, but they're like, what is he saying?
But they're able to put it.
Cannot.
They're able to put it in context with the rest of my videos. They can see, there are people on the dark side. There are people on the light side. Dr. Caldwell is an individual that is he's a fraud. He's misleading people. They understand that, Fred. When your voice is on there, people are listening to you. They're not listening to me because I'm a jackass.
Learn to... Right, first of all, there are times that your behavior is beyond unacceptable, but you're not a jackass.
Well...
You're a brilliant writer and philosopher. And what you're going to have to learn to do is, how many times do I quote other people? Like, there are people out there that all they do is quote other people. And they say, oh, that's such good stuff. And all they're doing is quote. I mean, that's primarily what I do on Facebook. I repost good stuff that other people have found that express what I feel very well, and I post it because it's visual, and people like visual. That's what I call the Facebook fluff of my life. But when I write, I do not quote other people constantly. If I haven't internalized it to where I can say it and it's mine, why am I writing the full toolbox, the hydration, the harmonic cell support, the nutrition for the body? All of that has the potential of giving the body the resources to permanently bring this under control. But until and unless, not a guarantee, that happens, things like the lithium, the angstrom lithium, are there to manage the symptoms. It is strictly management. But without the management, it's just plain out of control and destructive. So it keeps you from going as high, it keeps you from going as low. It doesn't keep you from going high, it doesn't keep you from going low.
But it'll give me more self-control.
Absolutely. And you have to work on, regardless of whether you're high or low, are there some people you're willing to listen to and believe even when you're high. But when you're really high, you wouldn't listen to your best and most trusted advisor. You absolutely wouldn't. I know that. It's not you. That is the system. That is the symptom.
I re-listen to audios from you on a daily basis, Fred. Even when I'm high, even when I'm low. It's not as easy to grasp what you say when I'm low. But when I'm high, what you're saying is showing me that I need to bring myself back to balance. And I'm telling you, on a daily basis, I'm taking it in. Yeah, it takes me longer to learn what you're saying, but I've never doubted you. When I go to talk to you, beforehand I know that it's going to look like I'm disagreeing with you. So I know, okay, Fred knows it's going to look like an argument. But I'm doing it because I'm searching for the answers, and I know you at least, Fred, have the capacity to provide me the path to find those answers.
Well, I appreciate it. When you're making lots of money, I'll send you all these accumulating bills for this therapy.
And I'll pay them off.
You bet. Okay, I gotta go.
Many blessings. Bye-bye.
Many blessings. Bye.
Mind the uniform, cleric. I plan to be wearing it for a long time. Be careful, Preston. You're treading on my dreams. Wait! Look at me. Look at me. I'm life. I live, I breathe. I feel. Now that you know it, can you really take it? Is it really worth the price? I pay it gladly.